Hi, I'm Steve Wickenton and welcome to Magic Behind the Magic. Let's talk about creating a buzz. Whether you're just starting out or you've been in the game for many years, creating a buzz is always good for your business. A part of doing these videos is always planning and thinking about subjects that matter. Sometimes I go through books, sometimes I scour the web, and sometimes I just think back to things that I learned and discovered when I was first starting out. A major turning point in my career as a kids entertainer and a kids magician completely happened just by accident. There was nothing planned about it, it was just a series of events. Now this was a major pivotal point in my career and it certainly changed my business and my life. I can still remember being told by the local kindergarten teacher about this community event that was going to be planned for a child, a 5-year-old boy who was really ill. Now this wasn't one of those events organised by a fundraising business. This was organised purely by parents and people in our community, our local community, who knew this kid and knew his family and the situation that they were in. This kid was seriously sick. He had just the slimmest chance of making it through to his next birthday. That is not a fun fact for anybody. Now I'd met this kid at the local kinder when I was doing a show there and I didn't hesitate. As soon as I was told about this community event, I jumped on board and did what I could to help out. So as things progressed towards this event, I became a bigger part of the plan. And essentially by the time we got there, I was not only doing a magic show, I was also helping set up in the start of the day. I was supplying a PA system. I was helping with the spruiking. I was a part of the whole show. It was a fantastic event. The whole community came together. It was something really special, really big, an amazing show of what humans can do to help each other out. I did my show in front of about 100 kids and I don't know how many parents. It was the biggest audience I'd ever had. It was seriously awesome. I had so much fun and all the kids absolutely had a ball. But what happened next was absolutely amazing. First, I went home after this event, tired but excited and happy. I turned on the TV and started watching the news. And there I was on the news. That was so exciting. The fact that I was on TV, entertaining kids, and they even mentioned that I was a magician. Now seriously, up until this point, I had really only done about 4 months of actual paid shows. I was struggling to get one show every week. I was probably lucky to get 3 shows a month in reality. But to see myself on TV as a magician cemented the deal for me. It was at that point that I knew I was going to become a full-time kids entertainer. So that was a personal buzz for me. It really made it so real, the whole thing. But what happened next is what I really want to talk to you guys about. You see, that was a local event. I mean, a real local event. So local, I could walk to it from my home. But all of a sudden, I was known as the magician. Kids began to recognize me in the street, at the local swimming pool, wherever I was. Hey, there's Steve the magician. Now, I guess that most people don't actually know a magician. And so for those people who do, it is something to actually talk about. And that's what they did. They talked and they spread the word. They created a buzz for me. Oh, not that sort of buzz. I began to perform at other local events like Christmas carols, school fetes, things like that, community events, but this time I was getting paid for it. Slowly, the circle of events began to spread out and all these little bits of buzz throughout the area came together and created a big buzz. I was now a famous, well-known magician in my local area. It was like lots of small fires all around the place, slowly getting fanned and becoming bigger and brighter. Now believe me, this isn't like a giant scaled fame thing. I'm talking local community. I'm talking, in an area with probably about 3,000 to 5,000 people at the most. But it did kickstart my career and it certainly got me rolling very quickly with my business. You see, small fires burn bright in the dark. What I mean is, in an area where there are no known magicians, any magician is a great magician. And in that case, it was me. Back then, my show was terrible compared to what I offer today, but it didn't matter because I was the only one. There was nothing for the people to compare me to. So in their eyes, I was great. As a magician, I became a part of the community, and the community loved it and created their own buzz about it. At the time, I didn't really think about that. I just rolled with it and enjoyed it and knew that my business was slowly starting to snowball into something that I couldn't stop. But now I look back and I realize that that same principle that happened there can actually be applied to anything you do or anything you want to create. You see, regardless of what you do as an entertainer, there is always going to be some space in the community where you can be the big fish. When I was in secondary school, I was in the cool rock band at the school. The reason we were the cool rock band is because we were the only rock band that were actually out doing shows on weekends. Now that was only cool rock band status amongst about 300, maybe 400 students, but those 300 or 400 students all went out on the weekends to their sporting clubs and social clubs, and they talked about us and they got us gigs because everybody wanted the cool rock band. So if there are too many fish in your pond, or you're the guppy amongst the trout, change ponds. Become the big fish. You see, it doesn't matter if it's a small pond and a small buzz, because the small buzz is still a buzz in that pond. The buzz that was created around me in my community was purely because I was friendly and I was a magician. Everyone loved the idea of knowing a magician, and so the buzz begins. It was the same thing at school. Everybody wanted to know the cool guys in the cool rock band. Again, we were just approachable and friendly. We weren't really thinking about the fame. We were just having fun. And so everybody got to know us and everybody wanted to know us. You see, the buzz effect is like a snowball. The further it rolls, the bigger it gets. So regardless of how small the pond you start in, your buzz effect can roll into the next pond and be big enough to take over that one. So harness the opportunities in your community and create the buzz and watch your business grow. These days we spend so much energy trying to create the buzz on the internet, but that is one of the biggest ponds in this world that we live in today. Think local, create the buzz, and then spread it wide. That's it, guys, and I hope it helps a little bit. Remember, if you like this video, then hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. Get buzzing, create your buzz, and I'll catch you guys soon. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't got a copy of the 7-point checklist for your booking system, then jump on that one there, just press that and you'll get to it, and you also get to subscribe to the newsletter. That's the video. That one there, that's if you haven't subscribed to YouTube. Hit that one too. Make sure you hit one of those ones and I'll catch you guys soon.